Of all the questions I get from clients, halal catering questions are the ones where I can hear the relief in someone's voice when I give them a straight answer. Because finding a caterer who handles halal seriously, not just as a checkbox, is harder than it should be in Toronto. My name is Priya Patel. I'm the Client Relations Manager at Mr. Korn BBQ Catering. I've worked with hundreds of corporate clients across Toronto and the GTA, and I talk about halal requirements every single day. Today I want to give you the most complete, honest answer to every question you might have about halal BBQ catering in Toronto. Let's start with what halal actually means in a catering context, because it's more specific than just the protein source. Halal certification on meat means it was sourced from a supplier that slaughters according to Islamic law. That's the foundation. But for a catered event, it also means the protein needs to be kept completely separate from non-halal proteins, particularly pork, during preparation, cooking, and serving. That means separate equipment, separate tongs and utensils, separate grill surface or a dedicated grill, and separate serving stations if both halal and non-halal proteins are being served at the same event. When a client comes to us and says they need halal, we don't just swap in halal chicken and call it done. We build the entire service plan around it. Here's exactly what we do at a halal event at Mr. Korn. We source our halal proteins from certified halal suppliers. When you book with us and specify halal, I confirm the supplier certification in your booking details. On the day of the event, halal proteins are stored separately, prepped separately, cooked on a dedicated grill surface, and served with dedicated utensils. Our staff know which station is halal, and that signage is clear so guests can immediately identify it. No halal guest should ever have to ask or guess. And the halal option costs nothing extra, not $1 more per person. It's part of our standard service. Now, a question I get a lot. What if the whole event needs to be halal, no pork at all, fully halal compliant menu? We do this regularly. Community events, corporate events with majority Muslim teams, school fun days at certain TDSB schools in Scarborough and North York. Fully halal menus are completely standard for us. In that case, we simply don't bring non-halal proteins at all. Everything on the grill, everything on the serving table is halal. It simplifies things and means every single guest can eat everything without having to check. For school events as a TDSB preferred vendor, we work with school event coordinators ahead of time to confirm the menu is appropriate for the school's population. In some schools, a fully halal menu is the right call. In others, a mixed menu with clearly labeled halal stations works well. We follow the school's lead. Another common question: what about gluten-free guests at a halal event? Halal and gluten-free are separate requirements that we handle simultaneously. Most of our BBQ proteins are naturally gluten-free: grilled chicken, beef burgers without a bun, lamb kebabs. Where cross-contamination can be an issue is with marinades, sauces, and shared grill surfaces that have had breaded items on them. When you book with us, tell us about both your halal requirements and any gluten-free needs. We address both in our service plan. For corporate events in Toronto, here's my honest advice. Don't leave halal as an afterthought. Toronto's corporate workforce is one of the most diverse in the world. In a company of 100 people, you might easily have 25 or 30 who require halal food. If the caterer you hire can't confidently handle that, or charges a premium for it, you're telling a significant part of your team that their dietary needs are secondary. That's not a message any good company wants to send. At Mr. Korn, halal is not a special request. It's a core part of how we operate, because Toronto is Toronto, and we've been serving this city for 20 years. If you want to book halal BBQ catering in Toronto or anywhere across the GTA for a corporate event, a school fun day, a community gathering, or a private party, visit mrcorn.ca or call us at 416-575-2676. I'm Priya Patel from Mr. Korn. Thank you for listening.